guys, what's up? It's me, Alyssa, and today I'm going to be talking about something very serious. It's a very serious matter, and I wanted to share this story with you because I'll explain at the end of the video, but I want to share this story with you. It's a very serious thing, and it's something that happened to somebody that I knew. So for this story, I'm not going to name any names out of the respect of that person and their family members. So when I was younger, my older sister, she was in high school and I was in elementary school. She had a friend that was very close to her, and it was probably one of her bestest friends. And I was very close with her as well. She was a very sweet girl. She was very nice. I remember every single morning when me and my mom would drop my sister and her friend off for school, like she was like, let me borrow her lip gloss or whatever she was like, because like I always feel like special or pretty, whatever. And she was very close to her. Now my parents are very, very strict. No, not very strict, but they're strict. They're Mexicano, you know, they're strict with when it comes to their children, when it comes to me and my sister. This girl, she lived across from us. We were close with her family. We hung out all the time. I'd go over her house sometimes. I came to my sister and getting a ride home from after school. She took the bus. If she didn't take the bus, she got a ride home from my parents, but she was not allowed to get a ride home from anybody that my parents did not know, as in a student. Like if a student was able to drive, my parents didn't know them, she was not allowed to get a ride home for them. And one time she got a ride home from somebody that my parents didn't know, and they got mad at her. So one day after school, she's gonna take the bus home and her bus breaks down, and the girl, her friend, is on this bus with her because they live in the same neighborhood. We live in the same neighborhood. And her friend calls up some friends. She's like, hey, come get me. Like our bus broke down. And her friends have a car, and there's like, it's like a little small like mini car. And it's already full. There's not really enough room for her to go in there. And she asked my sister, she's like, hey, you want to get a ride? Like, we're going to go home. And my sister, she's like, no, if I get a ride home, my parents are going to get pissed off at me because, like, my parents don't know this person. I don't even know this person. She's like, okay, well, I'll see you at home. So literally, like, 20 minutes later, after she leaves, a backup bus comes to take the kids home. So they go home. My sister comes home, and she doesn't really think much of anything. She thinks that her friend is home, that she's like in her room or something, so she doesn't think about it. She goes and does what she does. The next day when she goes to school, I heard somebody saying that they got in a car accident and that she had passed away. My sister, being her, freaked out, and she's like, what the hell? She runs to the choir room because she was part of choir and her friend was part of band, and she runs there and she's like, is it true? Like, did she pass away? And it was. Turns out that they were driving home, and there's a back road that there's like two ways to get home, and you can take the busy road, the busy intersection if you live in Commerce or San Antonio on 78, or you can take the back road by one of the elementary schools. And they got in a car crash, and her friend was the only one not wearing a seatbelt, and she died from the impact. And the other students were very injured and very hurt. And I don't remember much of the situation because I was very young, but I remember like my sister crying, and she was so upset. And I do remember going to the funeral, and it was heartbreaking. It hurt so much to know that somebody that you knew could die in an instant, and it was something that you didn't think about, that it doesn't come to your mind when it happens. And it was so bizarre. It was something that you don't think about. And she didn't have her seatbelt on because there was no room, there was no seatbelt. She was the only one, and she was the only one that passed away. And thinking back on it now, when I hear the stories, like, I remember that person, and I remember, like, I used to be so close with her. Like, I wonder what she would look like now, and her little sister looks so much like her now. Like, I remember what she looks like, and she looks so much like her. And, like, her parents, I know every year, like, they just had a couple days ago, they have a party to celebrate, you know, like, her birthday because she had passed away a couple days before her birthday, and it was so sad. And the reason I'm telling you this is because a couple weeks ago, somebody that I knew, I wasn't friends with, I wasn't close with, but she was in one of my classes. She was walking home from school with a friend, and she got hit by a car. And it's something that that you don't think is gonna happen, because it's something that you don't think about. That you don't think, what if this person doesn't come to school tomorrow? What if I don't, you don't think about this until it actually happens. So when we heard about this happening, we were shocked. We were like, what? And if you're in school, then you know that you might have known her, but she was in critical condition and she got airlifted to the hospital. And you know, it breaks my heart knowing that happened, that's somebody's child. And you know, it's very hard for the family when something major happens like that, and especially with money wise, because you know, you could be like a middle class family and be living paycheck to paycheck, and then something like that happens, it washes everything out. You don't know what to do. It's something so sudden and it's so unexpected, and you don't know how to handle it. I didn't know her, but again, she was in my class and I knew of her, and she had many friends, but it's just saying to be careful, to, like they say, to live every day like it's your last, because you really don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't know whose life is going to be taken away. You don't know if something bad is going to happen, and it's something that's kind of scary. It's something that's kind of scary to live through. But it's something that's going to happen, and you can't control it. But I just want to share this with you guys because I want you guys to know that to be careful, really, and to just kind of live every day like it's your last, because it could be. And just be extremely careful. This girl, somebody who was my classmate, she has a website. Somebody created a website for her where you can donate money to help out her family pay the bills. Because if you have had anybody in the hospital, or if you've ever been in the hospital, you know how extremely expensive it is to even be there overnight. And she is in an intensive care unit, and I am praying for her. I hope that her and her family are well. If you would like to donate money to her, I will leave a link in the description below. But it's just so rare. It's so weird how something like this could happen to somebody that you didn't expect it to. Because like I said, it's not something that you plan to happen. It's not something that you plan out. You never know. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just something I wanted to share with you guys and tell you guys, to hopefully make you guys be more aware of your surroundings and to help you guys be very careful. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope that you have a fantastic week, a fantastic Monday, fantastic year. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. They will be in the description below. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. So, yeah. Bye, guys.